Before we get into the video, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I mean, come on, what are you doing if you're not subbed to me by now? My content is fire, from stop motions, news videos, reviews, music occasionally. All my social media accounts are linked down below, and now, let's get straight to it. Okay, what is up, people? Back at again with another Transformers news video. First up, I want to say that any future TV spots for Rise of the Beast, I will not be covering. These things are getting super spoilery, and I want to preserve my experience for the theater, and especially if we're going to be getting a third and final trailer within the next week or two leading up to its release, like Stephen Campbell Jr. sort of teased in one of his recent interviews from the last couple weeks. So, yeah. You won't be seeing any more TV spot coverage from me. I will obviously be doing everything else that I always do, but definitely no more TV spots for me, guys. But now, into some actual Transformers news. Earthspark, Deluxe, Nightshade, and Grimlock have seen some in-package stock images via a Portuguese website. We have here Nightshade. She seems to be, is it he or she? I don't know. I'm not getting into the politics of it or the controversy. It is what it is. Deal with it, guys. It's just different times we're living in. But anyway, Nightshade. This figure, this bot looks pretty cool. It seems to be using engineering from Airazor's body mold, from Kingdom, and obviously the mainline and Studio Series figures. It seems to be using similar engineering, but obviously totally all new mold here. And it doesn't look too bad from what we see. I probably won't be getting it because I'm just not into getting any Earthspark figures, but it doesn't look too bad. And Grimlock, we saw some images a few weeks back, if I remember correctly, and now we have it in packaging, and it doesn't look too bad either. Obviously very classic G1 looking Grimlock, but updated for a new generation of fans, which is fine, and it doesn't look too bad either. I probably won't be getting it again, but it's not a bad deluxe. And we also have a look at a one-step flip changer Megatron, Warrior Class Jawbreaker, and Starscream stock images from a French website. So first up here, this Megatron, obviously very simplified, very kiddie, no real articulation, transforms in one step, so not much to say or talk about there. Jawbreaker, Warrior Class, we saw a look at his new scanned alternate form that he's going to be a dinosaur, and this looks pretty cool. Not a bad looking Warrior Class, 12 steps for transformation. Again, I probably won't be getting this, but I'm sure a lot of people out there are going to be interested. Jawbreaker isn't a bad character in the show. He's pretty nice. I'd say his whole arc with trying to scan an alternate mode is pretty cool, and the dinosaur mode doesn't look too bad. Obviously, a bit more simplified than what we would get with a deluxe, so hopefully a deluxe is coming for this character too. But oh, he's holding a gun there, which is pretty cool, and got some nice silver gunmetal gray paint there, which isn't too bad. Yeah, he looks pretty alright. Not bad. And then Starscream, I think this is our first Warrior or Deluxe class Starscream, and it seems to just be a repaint of the Cyberverse Warrior class, which I am not a fan of. This doesn't look that great. I was never a fan of the Cyberverse Warrior class stuff, so yeah, this is a definite pass for me. If I were to get anything from Earthspark, Warrior class, or Deluxe class, it definitely would not be the Starscream. And from Popular Entertainment news leaker Daniel Richman, he is talking about on his Patreon that there's going to be a Transformers and G.I. Joe live-action movie that's in development right now. I don't know how true this is, because we've heard this rumbling for the past decade now, and every time a G.I. Joe movie does bad, it always gets shelved, and nobody brings it up, and then a few years later, somebody brings it up again when there's a new Transformers movie or G.I. Joe movie coming out, and then it gets shelved, and now where we are today, Rise of the Beast is coming out in a few weeks, and it seems like Paramount is probably looking into this, doing a G.I. Joe and Transformers movie. I don't know how I would feel about this, because it seems like we just now got away from major military presence in a Transformers movie, and it seems like Paramount is already trying to get that back in when that was just in the past 6 movies, and especially if that one ending scene or post-credit scene is true with the, spoiler alert, inclusion of Sector 7 in Rise of the Beast, so it seems like they're trying to bring in the military aspect back after Rise of the Beast somehow, so I don't know. I hope they handle it well if we ever do get a G.I. Joe and Transformers movie, because the G.I. Joe movies have not been the greatest. I haven't even seen Snake Eyes, and it's been out for like 2-3 years now. The first two G.I. Joe movies I liked when I was a little kid, but nowadays, now that I'm older, I really don't like them. So hopefully, if it ever does come, they handle the G.I. Joe characters well this time around, and the interaction with the Transformers and stuff is good. And hopefully they take inspiration from the cartoons or the comics, so we'll see if this ever comes out, and if it does, it actually coming out good. And I want to talk about the new Rise of the Beast song, On My Soul, that was released yesterday from Toby Nwigwe, features Nas and Jacob Banks. Pretty interesting feature list here. Hopefully we get a whole soundtrack from Toby Nwigwe. I've been listening to his work, his albums. He is very talented, and if you listen to his past work, you know what you're getting with this, the production and everything. It's very soul, gospel, futuristic type production going on here, which I think is great. I've seen people on TFW hating on this song. People, shut up, get some music into your life, listen to some music that isn't heavy metal or 80s rock or whatever the hell the older white guys of Transformers fandom are trying to shove down people's throats now. So I think this is a great song. It's got energy. The verses are a bit forgettable in terms of lyrics and, flow, rhyme scheme, and rhyme patterns, but other than that, I think this is a pretty nice, energetic song. I've listened to it quite a few times since it's come out yesterday, and yeah, I don't think this is bad at all. I don't know what some people are talking about, but I have seen the majority of people going crazy over the song, Transformers community on Instagram and YouTube and stuff, so it seems to be generally a pretty good reception of this song dropping. So yeah, that was my quick little track review for y'all of the new On My Soul song. Hopefully we get a soundtrack soundtrack. Hopefully we get a score album. I think that's supposed to be coming too. There's a listing on Amazon, I think, for the past week now. It's been up. So yeah, I'm excited to hear more music for Rise of the Beast. And the last couple things I want to talk about in this video, we got some Generation Selects and Legacy news. Antagony has arrived in US port. This comes to us from JT Prime 17 on the TFW boards. So this is great to hear. She is going to be, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this Predacon character, she's a female who is generally a dark black, gray, green type repaint of Inferno. And she has more of a different type of head sculpt, so hopefully she has a new head attached to her. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this repaint, because I love the Inferno mold outside of, a couple issues like I always have with some of these figures. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this repaint. It seems to be coming out, I think, in the early spring, late summer, or fall, around that time, September, October. So yeah, very excited for this one. And we have some new news about Cyberverse Shadowstriker, which is coming out in the next wave of Legacy, going to be a deluxe class. Coming in from Praxis earlier today, he says here, TBH, I don't know how accurate this is, but apparently Shadowstriker looks to be a Sideburn RAD 2001 pre-tool. Now, IDK how that can work, but she has an accurate head but Sideburn body. This also means expect to see images in a week or so. IDK how I feel about Carbots in Chug. So yeah, and there was also an image that was drawn over a actual image of the deluxe class figure. It's like a drawing of the actual toy. So, and it seems to be that they took the backpack. This is what Praxis is saying. He said in one of the boards that the kibble on the arms are removable. It's like a shield for the Evo Fusion, and she comes with a gun. Nobody specified yet if the gun is Sideburns from RID 2001 or if it's more so from Cyberverse. Who knows? They're mishmashing a lot of things. It's reference to Shadowstriker's Robots in Disguise 2001 figure being a repaint with a new head from Sideburn. There was a 2-pack from, I think it was BotCon 2002 or 3 or something like that, for the Transformers Universe line, the original universe. And it was a 2-pack of Shadowstriker and Roulette, 2 female Decepticons that were repainted from the Sideburn body mold. And it seems like they're referencing this, but giving us Shadowstriker, the recent version of the character from Cyberverse, with the blue color scheme and the Cyberverse head sculpt. So what I'm thinking is we're going to be getting Sideburn at some point soon, and also a Generation Selects or exclusive of Roulette, and maybe even a more accurate universe or RID 2001, whatever they're going to label it, Shadowstriker. So we may be getting 2 different Shadowstrikers, a Roulette and an RID 2001 Sideburn, all out of this mold, which in terms of it being for Sideburn, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I think they should do a more faithful representation of the design. And it was such a unique and cool, futuristic looking design, the way they incorporated the car parts and the details. I would hate for them to G1ify it, make it simple and just boring looking. I don't know. But if it is a Cybertronian mode that they're doing here, I wouldn't mind. That would actually be kind of cool. You could have a Cybertronian version of Sideburn, and then if you have the original Earth mode version from 2001, you could have those together, which I have all of the Car Brothers, and I have Optimus, Ultra Magnus, I have the main Predacons, and Scourge, so I have quite a bit of a RID 2001 collection, so that would be cool if it is a Cybertronian version, but if they're trying to do an Earth mode, yeah, I'm gonna have to pass. I may get the Shadowstriker. Roulette, I'm not too sure on if they ever do her, or more accurate universe Shadowstriker. Sideburn, I'd have to see if it's going to be a Cybertronian mold for this body. But, yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video. Let me know what you guys think about this amalgamation, mishmash, Shadowstriker going on here. What do you guys think about the new Rise of the Beast song that dropped yesterday? And, yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!